Returning now with the full look at weather. Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. We saw some rain recently, but we haven't seen much this year, right?
No, I mean, at the end of December, we were at like 125% of normal for the year across the region, and we've had two mostly dry months since then. Two of our wettest months typically were dry, and that means we're falling behind. And right now, Salinas, for example, we are only at 65% of where we should be this time of year during our rainy season. So we went from a surplus to a deficit, and actually it's a big deficit, about 3.5 inches. And that's probably pretty common for most locations around here. We should be between 65 and 75% of where our rainfall is. So the question is, do we have any more in the forecast? And the answer is not really. High pressure right now in control. This has really been the story this winter, outside of a month period where it wasn't in control and let the storm door open. So all the weather systems that came in off the Pacific ran right into California, but with high here, it has been moving storms to the north. It's been raining in British Columbia and Washington quite a bit, just not here in California. And occasionally some of these systems will sneak by, like we'll have a system later this week, which I'll show you here. This is what's called an inside slider because the actual storm system comes down through the Rockies, and then the actual cold front comes out to the west of it, and we just catch the tail end of it as it passes by. And typically these systems, because they're packed with some very cold Arctic air, cause some strong winds for us. These are strong windy systems, and that is what I'm expecting this week, is some gusty winds, dry conditions, and increased fire danger. Not a wet system. Unfortunately, not all these weather systems come with rain. Now, later on in the forecast period, that might change a little bit. High pressure remains in control. We get one weather system, the tail end gets close to us this weekend, and that is going to be Saturday into Sunday. We might pull something out of it, and then another system midweek next week may get a little farther south. That may give us a better chance for some precipitation. But notice we're just catching the tail ends of these systems, and that is because the ridge remains sturdy right here and continues to block the systems and push them off to the north. You know, we need this ridge to go up into the Gulf of Alaska or someplace else to allow these systems to really make direct impacts on the West Coast. I'm just not seeing that anytime in the next couple of weeks. So in the meantime, expecting mostly clear, dry conditions like we've got tonight. Mostly clear, dry out there tonight, good visibility, no clouds at all. Futurecast will show us that things will stay that way overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Can't rule out a little bit of fog in the valley bottoms. We had some this morning in Hollister, Gilroy, also into our southern valleys. I don't think it'll be as extensive because the air did dry out a bit today, but I can't rule some out. I still think we could see some in some of those low areas. So just keep that in mind if you're living near the lakes down south or perhaps up between Gilroy and Hollister. Otherwise, tomorrow, lots of sunshine again. Temperature is pretty close to today. The air mass is going to continue to warm a bit, so the higher in elevation you live, you'll probably warm up a bit. Near the coast, we'll probably still see pretty consistent weather compared to today. 67 in Santa Cruz, 70 Scotts Valley, 71 tomorrow. Ben Lomond, another cold morning, though, in the valleys with mid-30s up in the Santa Cruz Mountains when you wake up. Can't rule out a little bit of frost in your neighborhood either. 65 tomorrow in Watsonville, almost 70 in Salinas. We actually got there today. 72 in Hollister tomorrow, but mid-60s back along the Bayshore. Over to Monterey and the Peninsula, we'll see highs in the low to mid-60s tomorrow. The warm spot in the area being Carmel at 66, and then 70s, quite a few of them down south from Big Sur to Bradley and to Soledad. You'll see highs all in the low 70s tomorrow. So over the next 7 days, we'll get that wind late Wednesday into Thursday, and initially the winds will be onshore. Will cool us off a bit Thursday afternoon, and then there'll be a little bit more offshore on Thursday, but it's a cold air mass. It's going to warm us up a little bit Thursday afternoon, but the air mass is cold, so not a lot. And then we'll stay fairly consistent through the end of the week. Another weather system again coming through Saturday into Sunday. We're watching for maybe some sprinkles out of that, but doesn't look good. Then another one maybe midweek next week to watch out for. Inland areas also cooling off a bit with those winds on Wednesday and Thursday, then warming back up. It'll still be breezy as we head into the weekend, but for the most part, we'll see inland highs above normal for this time of year. And then, of course, this weekend, daylight saving time begins. Darn it. Minus an hour of the weekends, the shortest weekend of the year. Boo. Don't like it.
Boo, but again, we got more sunlight at the end of the day, so.
Sure. And for me, I'm never awake for the sunrise. That's great for me.
Stretching out the day. Thanks, Dan.